On January 2nd, 2018, adequate notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act has been furnished by inclusion thereof in the annual schedule of meetings for 2018, which has been posted on the bulletin board for a wall, filed with the Borough Clerk, faxed to the hour counting the record, and the community news newspapers, and distributed to all persons, if any, requesting copies of same pursuant to said act. In case of emergency or fire alarm, you must evacuate the building by using any of the exit doors in the room. They're immediately to my right, and the double doors at the rear of the room. Occupants must exit the building by using the staircase and not the elevator. This meeting is being recorded by both video and audio and may be rebroadcast.
Tonight's invocation will be read by Reverend William Von Dusen of the Summit Church. Reverend, please come up.
Amen. We'd all bow our heads. Heavenly Father, I thank you for this night. Lord, I thank you for the day that you've made for us, that day that we can rejoice in your goodness and the knowing of you. Lord, as we come tonight for the business of this town, we also come to honor an individual who gave, Lord, who served. And Father, I thank you that you put that into human beings, that not only that ability, but that desire to pay back to other people, to serve other people, because that's your heart. So I thank you for tonight, Lord, that the business of this meeting be done fairly, equitably for the people of this town. But more than anything else, oh God, as we honor you tonight, I pray that your blessing, your peace, your tranquility, your safety, and your eye is upon this town for every person living in it. I ask this in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. In Jesus' name, amen.
I would ask everyone to remain standing, and I would ask soon-to-be Junior Firefighter Jonathan Bray to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor for Gray.
Here.
Council members. Garofalo.
Here.
Ullman.
Here.
Gervino.
Here.
Lindenow.
Present.
Maroney.
Present.
Padovano.
Here.
Borough Attorney Ronald Dario.
Here.
Borough Administrator Roberta Stern is absent. Borough Clerk Jean Pellegro is present.
One more time, I'm going to ask everybody to get up one more time. I apologize. And we have somebody with us who has been missing for a little bit, and she's back. Let me give everybody All right, Borough Engineer Brett Pontiac, please come out, give your monthly report.
Honorable Mayor and Council, we issued an engineer's report dated November 13th for tonight's meeting. I'll briefly go through each of the individual topics within the report. The first is the DEP Economic Recovery Program project. That project was closed out in September. On November 1st, our office and the borough received a DEP final inspection letter. Within the letter, it stated that the borough needed to supply some financial documentation within 30 days. We met with Mr. Cuccia to go over the submission requirements. He's ready to prepare those documents and submit them, but we'd be glad to help him in any way possible if need be. The next item is the William Street Fairway Duvier Place roadway improvement project. A final closeout package was provided to the borough, and then the contractor will be providing the final maintenance bond within the next couple days so that final payment can be released. The third item on the list is the Oak Avenue project, similar to the Duvier Place project. The final closeout package was submitted in October. The contractor is going to be providing the final maintenance bond within the next couple of days, and that project could be closed out accordingly. The Maywood Avenue Streetscape project, in mid-October, we met with one of the property owners that had some concerns as it related to the improvements on the property. The borough's attorney's office and the borough administrator was present on site. After that meeting, there was a presentation as it related to during that meeting, where the amenities were going to occur. We were contacted last week by the Borough Attorney's Office, and one of the property owners, again, requested a conceptual plan be prepared. We provided that plan to Mr. Ironman of Mr. Dario's office to receive final sign-off from the property owner, and then we'll prepare the final construction documents so that the grant schedule deadline can be satisfied. The next item on the list is the 2018 roadway improvement program, which included Palmer, East Magnolia, Gulf, and Grove. In late October, the contractor addressed and constructed improvements which related to the green belts along the roadway, as I had mentioned the past few months. We're going to monitor the situation with respect to the green belts. If they withhold, which we expect them to do so, we would close the project out in the spring. If they do not, we'll have the contractor address that in the spring again. Palmer Avenue, West Pleasant, West Passaic Street, the roadway crossing at the bus stop, and Palmer Avenue, the DOT grant project. Paving has been completed. There's some punch lists which include some striping that needs to occur, but the project at this point in time is substantially complete. The next project is the 2018 Roadway Improvement Program Phase 2, which included sections of Oak Avenue, Grant, Cedar, Walnut Road, West Grove Avenue, and Bell Avenue. That, similar to the Palmer Avenue project, that paving has been completed and the project is substantially completed. Again, there are some punch lists that needs to be addressed, which includes some striping. That will occur shortly, and then we'll move to close the project out. The next item on the list is the 2019 municipal aid grant we filed on behalf of the borough in October. A grant application for the continuation of Gulf Avenue for where it was completed at, remaining in its continuance to Passaic. The next item on the list is just a reminder as it relates to Bergen County Community Development Block Grant applications. December 7th is the submission deadline. We'd be glad to help the borough grant writer in any way possible if there was an application that needed to be filed. And then the final item on the list is the DEP Municipal Stormwater Management Program, the Stormwater Pollution Prevention Plan, and Stormwater Outfall Map. It was mandated in late 2017 that those two documents be revised. Our office, on behalf of the borough, revised the documents to be fully compliant with the DEP regulations. The document's been submitted to the borough. Subsequent to that, those documents would need to be uploaded to the borough's website so that the public would be able to review those documents. That conclude our engineer's report. I'd be glad to address any questions or comments, though.
Where are we with the county with regard to the pooling of water on Washington and Maywood Avenue?
Sure. We met with Bergen County as it related to that project in the field. They admitted that they kind of shifted the topography or the contouring of the road, so where it used to have a centerline crown, it's now pitched to the north. What they're going to do is they're going to actually mill out more of the roadway and recontour it so that the water will now continue along the curb line and then continue to the north on Maywood Avenue.
When do they expect to get that done? Sorry.
Understand. That I'm not sure of. We know they're going to do it, but I can reach out and I can get an answer from the county quicker.
I'm just concerned that the way the water comes there, with snow and ice get there, it's going to be a big problem.
I agree, and we'll make voice the concerns of the borough.
They have it over on town.
Correct. Yeah.
Is there any estimate when the striping will be done for the crosswalk on the city?
I would say we would be within the next week.
Any other questions from the engineer? Thank you. We'll mind sticking around.
Sure, be glad to.
Thank you. All right. Any items off the agenda tonight? Any work session items? Okay. We have proclamations and presentations. As you can see, today I'm doing this Big Peg Day, henceforth. Just want to read a couple things in Chief Peg's illustrious career, just a couple bullet points. He was a 30-year police officer, the last 14 as a chief. He was a detective, a juvenile officer, counterterrorism officer, traffic supervisor. He is assigned to the DA task force, investigator with Borough County Prosecutor's Office, the arson task force. He oversaw numerous projects, 15 Park Avenue construction project, the current radio system at the front desk, the current telephone system, many security projects. He served on the Bergen County Police Training Advisory and Mutual Aid Committees. been on the fire department for 44 years. Firefighter's positions were firefighter, lieutenant, captain, chief, Borough County Fire Training Advisory Board, current firefighter, president of Peerless Engine Company, vice president, Maywood Firefighters Association, Maywood Fire Prevention Inspector, Maywood Fire Department Cause and Origin Team, Maywood OEM Deputy Director. He served on the planning board. He served 45 years as an EMT in various positions with Hackensack Volunteer Ambulance Corps. He coached with Maywood Youth Athletic Association, baseball and soccer, Hackensack Junior Wrestling. He coached with Maywood Rochelle Park Girls Softball, and assistant Cub Scout, Boy Scout troop leader, Maywood Troop 1200. That's safe, that's on paper. Any one of these. Take one thing out of here, and you say, wow, that's a guy that did a lot. Dave, it's a privilege to have worked with you for these last 9 years. It's an honor to serve on the fire department with you, and it gives me tremendous pride to know that I live in a community that has you as an example of what a volunteer and what a true Maywoodian is. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. One thing that I didn't mention is that Chief Peg handed me tonight a citizen leadership form, and he actually asked to join the Green Team. And I have his signature on here to prove it. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like it's a method mail. Put it on there. Someone else also would like to speak on your behalf. Mr. Traffic, will you please come on up?
Would you please step forward? Congratulations. Thank you. Best of luck to you. Thank you. David became a Boy Scout in the troop in 1967. Earned many badges, and I have all his records, and it goes all the way back that he's made very progress in his rank advancement. Later on in life, his son became a Boy Scout in our troop, and he became an Eagle Scout. He joined the troop also and became, for 10 years, an assistant scoutmaster. And behind the scenes, he's done many things that no one will ever understand that made the troop what it is also. I congratulate you and thank you so much. Okay? It's my pleasure.
No, I mean, born and raised in Maywood, Maywoodian. I've been here all my life and plan on staying for a bit longer. And, my heart bleeds Maywood. There's no doubt about it. I've given myself to the community probably as much as I could. Probably overspent myself a bit, but had a lot of enjoyable moments. Boy Scouts being one of them, the 10 years, nothing finer than to bring up the youth of Maywood and watch them grow through the steps where they start out down the bottom in that Eagle Scout ceremony. Always one of the best moments when you go to the Eagle ceremony and you get that speech and you just see these kids coming up. Take me to the firemen who are here today. That's my life too. Tommy will tell you. Chris is here too. He'll tell you how much I enjoy that. And a really special thanks to everybody from the Maywood Police Department. That's my blood, my soul, and my brothers back there. I'll always be indebted to them. My heart goes out to them, and I will always be hold a special place in my heart for every single police officer here. Thank you very much.
I want to note that I spoke with Betty Fetcher tonight, and she wasn't sure she was going to make it because she had church tonight in Wallington. And I told her it was what the occasion was, and she said she was going to do her best to get here.
I saw her walking in. Thank you, Betty.
Thank you.
Great, thank you, Carol. Dave Scott has been by my side with the police department many, many years.
Absolutely.
And it's very special to have Gene here today. I'm sorry?
Since you joined.
Since I think, absolutely, yes, exactly. And it's very special to have Gene here today. You know, we missed it the past couple of months. Thank you very much.
Dave, we have a proclamation. I want to read this. It says, whereas David T. Pegg has announced his retirement as Chief of the Maywood Police Department effective September 30, 2018. And whereas David T. Pegg has served over 37 years as a law enforcement officer in the Maywood Police Department, having been appointed as a police officer on December 16, 1980. And whereas David T. Pegg progressed through the ranks, being appointed as Sergeant on August 10, 1993, Lieutenant on November 15, 1999, and ultimately as Chief on February 5, 2004. And whereas Chief Pegg initiated proactive measures to address modern-day challenges of the law enforcement community, and whereas Chief Pegg was also involved in many community projects and has provided exemplary and invaluable services to the residents of the Borough of Maywood, including but not limited to firefighter, planning board member, Boy Scout leader, and NYAA coach. And whereas the Mayor and Council extends its best wishes to Chief Pegg and his family on his retirement and all of his future endeavors, now therefore be it resolved that I, Adrian J. Federick, Mayor of the Borough of Maywood, County of Bergen, and the State of New Jersey, express sincere thanks and appreciation to Police Chief David T. Pegg for his countless contributions and dedicated service to and for the Borough of Maywood. Made for you, and appreciation, token of our appreciation from the Mayor and Council, myself, and the staff. Yeah, absolutely. David's Marone, you'll join me, and then we'll get one with the whole council. Can we keep the document up too? Absolutely. It's called somebody down.
I'll take it.
Right in the middle.
Got it, Joe? Yeah. One more. Members of the council, you guys come now, please. Gene, please. Yeah. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
You got Joey? Yeah. All right, good. Got a couple.
And thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. Everyone from me, the Boy Scouts and the police officers. Police officers, please stay safe. You're in great hands now with Chief Patel. Just keep doing what you're doing. The best department in the world, and you'll continue with your vision for sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. This time I'd like to open the meeting to the public, or anyone wishing to be heard. Come on, Council.
John Brown, 41 Sterling Avenue. It's a resolution 17218.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. concerning litigation and a settlement of $1.2 million. What's the implication to the town for this? Are we on the hook for this, or is this the JIF that's paying for this?
The JIF is paying the majority of it.
Okay. And what portion is going to hit the town?
Well, I got to tell you, Mr. Brown, I'm in a little bit of a conundrum in that technically it's still pending litigation, but I would imagine in about 20 minutes.
Right.
If the resolution passes, it is no longer pending, it is resolved, and therefore I can disclose.
Okay. It's just I was taking the opportunity of the open.
I get you, and I can appreciate that, and it's probably just semantics here, but as of right now, it's still a closed issue.
I understand.
If it passes, I'll be here. I'll be happy to give you all the information that you like, if you want to ask me, or save it for the next meeting, whatever you'd like.
Good. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Anyone else on the public wish to be heard? Okay. Oh, what, please?
Should I hold it up?
No.
I am the leader of Girl Scout Troop, Senior Troop 4024, and it is my extreme honor that 3 of the girls in our troop have accomplished, worked very hard, and received the Silver Award, which is next to the highest award in Girl Scouting. And 2 of the girls are here, Ava Fabry, if you would stand up, and Amy Gill. And also up here tonight is Sophia Trevino. They did a fantastic job, and they deserve a round of applause. Congratulations, girls. Thank you.
Congratulations. Anyone else on the public wishing to be heard? Seeing no one, close the meeting to the public. There's no public hearing on pending ordinances. Approval of minutes. Is there a motion for the approval of the October 23rd, 2018 special meeting, council meeting, and closed session minutes?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Roll call.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Holman?
Yes.
Trevino?
Yes.
Lindenau?
Yes.
Maroney?
Yes.
Padavano?
Yes.
Presentation of bills and claims and request for public comment. The clerk presenting the bill resolution. Is there anyone from the public wishing to be heard with regard to the bill resolution? No one? Is there a motion for the approval?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Holman?
Yes.
Trevino?
Yes.
Lindenau?
Yes.
Maroney?
Yes.
Padavano?
Yes.
Correspondence and report of the Borough Clerk.
Okay, first and foremost, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and I think the agenda tells everything that we have going on right now. Thank you everybody for your well wishes throughout the past couple months. I appreciate it, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Jim. Report of the Borough Attorney.
Mayor, I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and also nobody's happy to see Jean back than I am, because she does half my job. Actually, I had to work double time when you're not around, Jean, so I'm really appreciative the fact that you're back.
The truest things are said in jest. All right. Committee reports. Councilman Garofalo.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A couple things. So the Board of Health meeting last Thursday was canceled due to the weather. The next one is December 20th. It'll be at 7:30. TANEC meeting. There is movement on a study called the Part 150 study. They're in the environmental assessment stage. Basically, what they're looking to do is move the approach to the runway that runs north and south westward, which would move it further, the planes further towards Rochelle Park. So for the folks who have planes flying directly over their houses, like myself, that may help with this new approach. Then we won't really know the environmental assessment until August of 2019, but they said they'll have some news at the next meeting about it, January 23rd. So hopefully we hear some good things there. And the final thing I have is that the Insurance Safety Committee meeting is set to meet on December 5th at 9 a.m. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Owen.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First thing is, I've announced in the past, the sports gear Stop, Swap, and Go. Please contact Lisa Shealy at the Borough. That's LSCHIELI at maywoodborough.org. This time of year, there's a lot of changeover with people buying new sports equipment for the holidays. So there's an influx of items coming in, and a lot of them are very good and in great condition. So I encourage anybody looking for any sports equipment for themselves or their kids to reach out to Lisa. Also, the Green Team met last week, and we were discussing some of our plans for next year. And we are eyeing possibly November 2nd. We're thinking about putting that on the calendar for a green fair next year. Something's going to be a big lift, but we're going to the next level, our sustainable jersey rating to the silver level, so that would be one of the events that would get us close there. And I was very, very happy to hear that Chief Pegg, ex-Chief Pegg applied for the team, team.
I was joking. Yeah, it was Ryan.
You kidding me? I thought you really did.
Ryan.
Oh.
It would have been a lot funnier if people could have saw this from a little bit further away. But look at that. Look how funny that was.
Somebody put a broken wrist, demented person.
Well, I'll still recruit him.
Yeah,
so we'll see what we can do. And that's it, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Actually, he's a beekeeper, and he oh my God, he's got jars of beautiful backyard. He actually does it great. Okay, Councilman Trevino.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, I'd like to welcome Jean back.
Thank you.
And from the Municipal Alliance is going to be hosting a movie event at the Maywood Library on Monday, December 3rd from 3:15 to 5:45. They'll be showing Marvel Studios' Ant-Man and the Wasp. RSVP, Lisa Shealy, LSCHIELI at maywoodborough.org or in the back of the room.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Lindenau.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A couple things. Leaf bags are still available up to November 30th. 20 bags per resident. Come up to the third floor to get them. We had a snowstorm last week.
We did?
Small one. Only took me an hour and 5 minutes to go 2 miles from Hackensack to Maywood. Our guys were ready for it. They began salting at 1:40 in the afternoon. They had 2 salters out, hitting the trouble areas, all the main roads. They salted up until the snow became more cumulative, and then they sent the plows out. Problem with sending the plows out was the roads were jammed, all the main roads, so they couldn't plow because there was stuck in traffic as well as probably everybody else was. Once the traffic volume went down, they were able to get out and really get their job done. They were out until about 4:30 a.m. Friday, and then they went back out at 7 a.m. Friday, hit the areas by the school, making sure the kids had safe passage getting into school. They had used about 50 tons of salt through this whole storm. They had 8 trucks, 11 drivers. The guys were out there. I think it showed. Once they were able to get out there, I think they did a great job.
They did.
The DPW superintendent asked me to please remind residents not to snowblow into the street. It's still a big problem. They go down to clear streets,
And then people come out, and they blow all snow back in the street. So he asked me to please remind everybody, turn them in, don't turn them out to the street. That's it as far as any report. I want to welcome Jean back. I also wanted to thank Sally for stepping up while Jean was away. She did a fantastic job, and wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Maroon.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. First of all, I'm so happy that my good friend Jean is back. We all miss her. You should have seen all the water bottles and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure you had some
We were sitting in the microphone.
Yeah, it's a big question.
I was right over there. Be careful with it. There's belly stuff. Very good,
We're live and now she's going to kill us. Jean, we're happy to have you.
From the Board of Education, I went to the meeting last week, and we have our liaison here. Michael Jordan presented all the students that scored 3 or 4 or 5 in the park testing certificates, but the interesting thing was he handed them the mic, and they all had the mic in their hand, and they wrote them child to child, saying their name, which was most times teachers heard.
I believe that was a cop-out because he didn't want to mispronounce anything. I'm not going to say anything.
But there were hundreds of kids there that scored well into the 4 and into the 5. So congratulations to all of those students. From the Historical Committee, we had a meeting last night. We discussed the Hall of Fame inductees. Next year is the 125th anniversary of Maywood. So big and bold as the ladies are, they are just trying to come up with a plan to do something, one thing a month for the year, for the 125th anniversary, and hopefully we can get both the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts involved in that to do something or other so you guys can put on your thinking caps. December 27th is the Christmas lighting tour. It's at 5 o'clock. It's by reservation only. So contact Sal for that. From Chief Natal, he has launched the hiring process for the new probationary police officer that should take place sometime in January of 2019. And I wish everyone a healthy and happy Thanksgiving. That's it.
Thanks. Council President Patabella.
I think Betty Fester had something to say, so I'm going to just let her say something first.
If I may.
Sure, of course. We've never said no to you, Betty, ever.
From the Historical Committee on the Christmas light tour, we made an executive decision today. Sorry you weren't included. We're going to have 2 tours on that Thursday evening, afternoon evening. One at 4:30 and the other at 6:15. And the Tour Plus will be our town bus, and it will be from the Senior Recreation Center. That your report was correct as of last night, but I did an addendum. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Betty.
Council President Patabella, thank you for yielding your time. Betty yields it back.
Thank you. For the construction department, they have collected permit fees in the amount of $8,843, and I'm happy to say I did not need my glasses for that. The Maywood Recreation Theater Program's performance of The Nutcracker will be held at the First Presbyterian Church, 401 Maywood Ave, Friday, December 14th at 6:30 and 8:30, and Saturday, December 15th, 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. For more information, you can contact Lisa Shealy, lschieli@maywoodborough.org, or in the back of the room. I, too, would like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, and to welcome Jean back, and also mention what a great job Sally did while she was filling some very, very big shoes. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. Maywood has a steakhouse. The council president and myself yesterday attended a ribbon cutting of sorts. Actually, what they do is they have you cut filet mignon medallion with a knife
And we actually did, yeah.
He didn't share it.
No, I didn't share.
He took it home.
I didn't think I was going to be able to do it because of my wrist, and the fillet was like butter. It just, the knife went right through. It was like a lightsaber. That's how good that's how tender that steak was. Unbelievable. So that is Maywood. That's in Maywood. They might not want to say it. I mean, I think on their website it says Chris Paramus, and I gave them an earful yesterday, but they are Maywood, and so they'll be paying their taxes. They might want to call themselves friends, but they'll be paying taxes to Maywood. Delicious food. I recommend anybody who wants to go there, absolutely. It's delicious stuff. Just bring your wallets. I want to thank thank Sally for the job that she did up there. Sally Miller, she filled in for some very big shoes, and we're not saying your shoes big.
Sounds to me like you are.
We are saying that they are, figuratively speaking, they're big shoes. She did an admirable job, Jean. We are so happy to have you back, though. I know, and she's going to kill me for this because it's not official, but I want to congratulate Captain Bennon and Richard Boland on their victories, and we look forward to serving with you up here. Jean, I know it's not official yet.
Well, the county will certify it,
but congratulations, guys. You ran a, yeah. I know I spoke to both of you, and I just want to say again, like last year, you guys both ran a very good campaign, a clean campaign, the kind of campaign that Maywood deserves every year to have. So I congratulate you, and I thank you, as a matter of fact. Thank you very much. Thank you. And lastly, yes, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We in Maywood have so much to be grateful for every day. We're truly blessed in this town, in this community, to have people like Dave Pettit, to have people like Gene, to have people in this council, to have people like George Trapp, to have people like Joey Diaz. Just a wonderful community that we have, volunteers, and I'm so blessed to be up there as your chosen leader. I want to thank you all very much, and again, happy Thanksgiving. All right, where are we? Resignations. Number 1, Michelle H. Uria as a part-time police department telecommunicator effective October 11th, 2018. Number 2, Christopher Giordano as a junior firefighter of the Maywood Fire Department effective November 20th, 2018. Number 3, John W. McManus as alternate number 1 member of the Maywood Planning Board effective November 30th, 2018. Is there a motion to accept the resignations? Second. So we have a second? Yes. Okay. Roll call.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Almond?
Yes.
Sereno?
Yes.
Lindenau?
Yes.
Maroney?
Yes.
Catalano?
Yes.
Appointments, approval of the following. Number 1, Richard Busa as a finance administrative assistant at an annual salary of $55,000 per year, effective November 1st, 2018. Number 2, John Bray as a junior firefighter of the Maywood Fire Department effective November 20th, 2018. Number 3, Salvatore Libertazzi Jr. as a fire inspector for the Maywood Fire Prevention Bureau effective November 20th, 2018 at a salary of $25 per hour. Is there a motion for the appointment?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Almond?
Yes.
Sereno?
Yes.
Lindenau?
Yes.
Maroney?
Yes.
Catalano?
Yes.
One more, John. Council approval of the following. From the Maywood Fire Department, request to attend the Wallington Holiday Parade Saturday, November 24th, 2018, from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. with Truck 17, Rescue 23, and the Aaron's Fox. Number 2, from the Senior Citizens Club, request to use the swim pool parking lot from 7 a.m. on December 7th, 2018 through 7 p.m. on December 9th, 2018 for trip participation parking. Is there a motion for the approval?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Almond?
Yes.
Sereno?
Yes.
Lindenau?
Yes.
Maroney?
Yes.
Catalano?
Yes.
Resolutions by title.
Resolution 163-18, resolution authorizing change order number 2 and final for the William Street, Revere Place, and Fairway Roadway Improvement Project. Resolution 164-18, resolution authorizing final payment for the William Street, Revere Place, and Fairway Roadway Improvement Project. Resolution 165-18, resolution authorizing change order number 2 and final for the Oak Avenue roadway improvement. Resolution 166-18, resolution authorizing final payment for the Oak Avenue roadway improvement. Resolution amending the stormwater pollution prevention plan and stormwater outflow map. Resolution 168-18, resolution of the Borough Council of the Borough of Maywood in the County of Bergen, New Jersey, covenanting to comply with the provisions of the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 as amended, applicable to the exclusion from gross income for federal income tax purposes of interest on obligations issued by the Borough of Maywood, authorizing the mayor, deputy borough clerk, chief financial officer, and other borough officials to take such action as they may deem necessary or advisable to effect such compliance and designation of $6,043,373 bond anticipation note dated November 9, 2018, and payable November 8, 2019, as a qualified tax-exempt obligation pursuant to Section 265B3 of the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 as amended. Resolution 169-18, resolution authorizing to enter into a grant agreement with the County of Bergen for CDBG funds. Resolution 170-18, transfer funds. Resolution 171-18, a resolution ratifying and confirming the purchase and installation with the technical support of a nice recording system for the Maywood Police Department. Resolution 172-18, resolution approving settlement of litigation with Ronnie Titus in the Borough of Maywood, Bergen County, New Jersey. Resolution 173-18, a resolution authorizing payment to Franklin Lakes for training costs of Officer Michael J. McMahon pursuant to NJSA 4814-178. Resolution 174-18, resolution releasing performance guarantees, escrow fees to Renato Mall LLC for development at Bergen Town Center. Resolution 175-18, resolution adopting personnel policies and procedures. Resolution 176-18, a resolution to affirm the Borough of Maywood civil rights policy with respect to all officials, appointees, employees, prospective employees, volunteers, independent contractors, and members of the public that come into contact with municipal employees, officials, and volunteers.
Is there a motion for the adoption of the resolutions?
Motion to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call. Sure, yes.
Now, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just have one concern / question on 175-18 on the page 2, the top of...
Wait, let me get that 1 second.
About the 7th page in from the back. Wondering, I don't know if everybody...
Sorry, so 175-18.
Yes.
Okay, page 2. Page 2 of the resolution.
Regards to adopting personnel policy and procedures.
Yep.
The top be it further resolved on the 2nd page, that the maximum extent permitted by law, employment practices for the borough shall operate under the legal doctrine known as employment at will. I don't know. I'm not entirely comfortable with employment at will. I don't know if the board or the body would consider removing that. It's kind of puts an unfair tilt in terms of the employer-employee relationship as far as borough employees go, or employees in general. Employment at will, to my understanding, is adoption, which states that basically you're employed at will and you can be discharged from employment for any reason, regardless, provided it's, not a protected reason for discrimination purposes, but no real reason has to be given.
Although in the Borough Code, it does go on, and this will go into Chapter 52, the actual ordinance. It does go on to tell you as an employee what your rights are, and, there is some, you have before the I'm sorry, maybe it should be.
No, please. This is that's going to happen anyway, so.
Okay, so anyway.
You said this anyway.
You're right, you're right, as an employee, that you have the right to meet with the council. There's a process and procedure. So even though you're an employee at will, you still have rights,
Pursuant to our ordinance.
to Chapter 52, which is the personnel code. Just to clarify that, if you wanted to omit it, because...
I'll just add that it's not all employees, there's some people that are already part of the collective bargaining unit, police officers, DPW. There are also some tenured employees that we can't just terminate. They're not at will. So it's, for the most part, third floor people, for the most part, but not all. If that clarifies.
That would be impacted by this.
Yeah.
Well, we have a request from the council. I think,
could somebody read that to say that only employees at will are affected? Is that the question? And not the...
I don't think it needs to be covered as far as, like we said, the police officers and DPW people in a unit. They're in a unit.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You certainly need just cause to deal with those issues. But if we want to strike those 3 words, or just the whole paragraph?
In my opinion, I don't know. We all want to discuss it.
Right. If I may. Yeah. So one of the things that it does include is it does talk about that these be it further resolved in a couple before that these personnel policies and procedures shall apply to all borough officials. In the event there's a contract, these rules and any bargaining, it does mention bargaining agreement as well, I think, that those employees are exempt.
Our borough ordinance specifies the rights under the provision that all employees would be entitled to. Now, by removing that, be it further resolved, that section right there, does that change the relationship between the borough and the employees? Obviously not with regard to collective bargaining employees.
Personally, I like having that in from the borough standpoint because it just gives us a little bit more juice.
Did this come from the joint insurance fund? Because sometimes
this
actual resolution.
This is one that they had forwarded.
They had forwarded, right? So this is what they're requesting to be put in.
Yeah. Okay.
Why don't we, if it's all right, if we want to maybe table it for tonight, let everybody digest a little bit?
This has to be passed by November 30th.
Because you have the ordinance.
By state law, it's have to go by.
I know, I'm aware of that, but if there's reservations, we could always have a special if it's needed, a special meeting, or we can take a few minutes and discuss it.
Well, curious now. If we're in an open session at this point, this now delves into personnel, almost a closed session item at this point, because they're affecting.
Well, we're not talking about a particular.
But it is a group of employees.
Yeah,
that's specifically identified. Not by name, but they are identified.
Yeah, again, it cuts both ways. I mean, personnel issues are things that we talk about in closed session, not just individual employees, but personnel in general. So, you could argue that both ways.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
If you're not a contractual employee, aren't you automatically an employee at will?
Yeah.
So
unless you're
tenured. Unless you're tenured. So that's just...
It just codifies it. Just
I know what Ryan's saying. It looks a little mercenary right here. It doesn't look as nice as you would expect. But, I mean, this is what they handed us. I would tend towards leaving it in, since it did come from the JIF, our insurance company, but I don't know. Like I said before, the problem is this has to be passed by,
I wouldn't throw everything in the tailspin. I personally wouldn't vote for this employment at will, but I'm fine.
Let me ask you, what are our dates? We have open dates for another meeting.
I'm busy Thursday.
But you can also stay on that particular...
Why don't you see what the vote is?
Or you could vote no.
Or you can vote no. Or, the people that
Yeah, it has to be,
Yeah, they wanted us sent by the
JIF wants it needs by
before the end of the month.
the 30th.
of November.
Yeah, which is why we're doing because we codify our personnel, not all towns codify
I know that.
the policies. So we codify our policies
But this is
in
the
our
resolution
ordinance.
authorizing it, the ordinance.
Yeah, this is,
Being introduced.
exactly, the ordinance is introduced, but it won't be adopted by the 30th. So we have to have this policy adopted by November 30th.
The ordinance is going to be adopted December 6th.
No, I know. What I'm saying is we have,
It was 6 days late.
the reason why we're doing the resolution is because this has to be adopted, since we codify it in our ordinances, this has to be adopted by the 30th. All right, you know what? At the risk of looking mercenary, maybe we just take the vote.
Well, I have one more,
Good.
just if you don't mind.
Please.
I guess my concern was, are we looking to hire more non-union employees? Or is this just saying, the people who are not union employees are at-will employees? So I think that was my concern, is where it was coming from.
Oh, I see what you're saying, like, almost, are you going to do like, now that you have this, would you hire only non-union employees?
Right.
Like union busting almost?
None of the office employees are union.
Right.
If you're going to hire a police officer, they have to be part of the union.
As well as...
No, and I feel comfortable with the conversations that we've had, so I appreciate it.
Yeah. If your questions, I think I understand. This is, having this in here is not an attempt for municipality to be able to now we're just going to look to load up on non-union employees.
Right.
We have limited positions and they fill as needed, and they're filled with non-union employees.
If discussions, I don't know if anyone else has discussion. I actually have 2 points on that.
Nothing to do with this one.
Nothing to do with this one, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's leave this as B, unless we want to have a special meeting and do some research on this. What we would have.
Well, did he make a motion to actually amend the resolution? Are you making a motion?
That's the thing. I don't know that we can.
No, I guess we should just vote on it.
That's what I'm saying. If we want to have a special meeting to look into whether we can or not, I don't know whether we can. So.
That was more than I guess discussion as opposed to a motion.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So at this point, why don't we go into what else you have on?
Just one tiny thing on the stormwater pollution prevention plan, which I meant to email to Greg, was that it mentioned Bond Buffet at the southeast corner of the map, which I don't believe exists anymore.
No.
So I don't know if we want to amend it to say the actual business that's there now.
Dollar Tree.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. You were.
Sure, we have some. We'd be glad to change it to the Family Dollar store. We could change it.
Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree.
So what we would do is we would adopt it as, we would pass it as amended.
And I actually, Greg, I'm going to have one more question for you. That's a good thing. Yeah. Number 17418, which is the Vornado Bergen Mall LLC. What exactly, why are we releasing them for less $31,000?
Sure, I guess there was in 2015, we had recommended that bond be released as it related to the improvements, if they'd completed all the improvements at the mall. I think the borough has just been holding those funds, when they probably should have been released. I think at this time they're going to be released.
There was a punch list, so to speak, way back when, but they did what they needed to do. And, I guess they never asked for it. And
Yeah, it sat. Yeah, it sat there for a
it
while.
wasn't our money, though. It wasn't, special.
I think I have a compromise with regard to the resolution. We passed the resolution, we introduced the ordinance. When we come back and we find out, we talk to the JIF and we find out if we can take that out, and if we can, we'll amend the ordinance. So in our this resolution will expire at the end of the year anyway. So in our ordinance, it will read, if we can take it out, we'll have it removed, and it won't be in there. So we're introducing the ordinance tonight, and at the next reading, that's when we can make the changes. What do you guys think? Everybody? Perfect.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. So with that, we have a motion and we have a second. Where am I?
Roll call.
Thank you. Roll call.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Ullman?
Yes.
Trevino?
Yes.
Lindenau?
Yes.
Maroni?
Yes.
Catalano?
Yes.
Ordinances.
I'm sorry.
1118, an ordinance amending the Borough of Maywood Municipal Code so as to revise Section 311213. Ordinance 1218, an ordinance to amend Chapter 52 entitled Personnel Policies of the Borough of Maywood Code in the Borough of Maywood, State of New Jersey.
Is there a motion for the introduction of the ordinances?
So moved.
Is there a second? Roll call.
Garofalo?
Yes.
Ullman?
Yes.
Trevino?
Yes.
Lindenau?
Yes.
Maroni?
Yes.
Catalano?
Yes.
Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Maywood that ordinance 1118 and 1218 pass on first reading, and that said ordinances will be further considered for final passage at a meeting of the Mayor and Council to be held on December 4th, 2018, at 7:30 p.m. at the Borough Hall, 15 Park Avenue, Maywood, New Jersey, at which time and place all persons interested therein will be given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same. The Borough Clerk is hereby authorized and directed to advertise the same according to law.
Okay, very new business. How about old business?
I had a question on old business about, and Roberta's not here, but I don't know if anyone has heard about the grant for the electric chargers at all.
Oh, for the cars?
Yeah, for the cars.
I believe Sally, and I'll work on this with Gene going forward, had the resolution. That was the resolution, we had the sample resolution. I'm sorry? Yeah. It's not on tonight's agenda. It wasn't on tonight's agenda. We could talk about it a little bit and put it in the next one, but I did want to find out from Roberta just what the implications were for the town with regard to supplying electricity. I don't have a problem with the resolution. There were a couple words in there. Obviously, it's not a resolution that we have to hold to. There was a couple resolutions, there was a couple of words in the end of it that we might want to strike from there. A couple of whereases, but other than that, I think it's a good idea to put that on for the next one.
The other one was the power plant resolution. I don't know if anyone was able to look at that.
North Bergen?
Yeah, the North Bergen power plant resolution.
Yeah. That was the one that we discussed, what that's going to do to the atmosphere, to our environment. And Roberta talked about that. If you guys remember, that was another thing. She was going to get the information on what the effect was and what some of the good and the bad out.
Some towns, some other towns that we represent that came out opposed to it. They said the energy was pretty much from New York City. And that's it. It's
only for New York City. It does not go into our grid at all.
That's another one that like I said, I generally don't like doing ones that don't affect us, but that one does, so that's another one that I don't have a problem putting on at the next meeting's agenda. I just want to confirm with some of the whereases and the other resolutions, we'll throw that on as well. All right. That was old business, correct? I was given from the chief, Chief Mattel, some...
Is this miscellaneous business?
No, this is old business.
Oh, okay.
Old business. This is with regard to the signs, the speed signs on the east and west sides of Spring Valley. We have a couple quotes. This is something, I'm going to have this in the packet, in everybody's packets. This is something that I want on the agenda for the next meeting as well, for a vote, and we will get those installed as soon as possible.
And they're going to be permanent signs?
Yeah, they're going to be, these are not going to be the signs that move. They're solar, they do have battery backup, and they're Wi-Fi capable, Bluetooth capable, and let me see if there's anything else. Basically what they do is I'll have some more information for you guys, but basically what they do is they tell you what your speed is, and also there's a message underneath that'll tell you to slow down if you're going too fast, so, and they're nice and bright. Any other old business? By the way, do we have any problems? I'll make sure that you guys have this information, but I think we were all on the same page about having those installed anyway, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but I'll make sure everybody has the information.
Where are we going to this?
I'm sorry?
Spring Valley.
Spring Valley, the east side.
Yeah. Is there any possibility of time that also?
Thank you.
I'll leave the other one.
Thank you. That's, I think what when I was talking to Councilman Garofalo before, I think what we should, they're quite pricey, they're not cheap, but what we could do is look into for next year, the upcoming year, to find some other spots that might be worthy of having them, and when we get some more funds in the EA account, excess funds, we'll look to purchase and put them on there as well. Listen, I mean, you know when you see the big signs, you see you're going that fast,
They work.
They work. They do work. They work. I'm not saying that I've ever needed that but I know other people have told me that they slow down when they see that. But I don't have to. Exactly. All right, I'm sorry. Any other old business? All right, how about miscellaneous business?
Yep.
Nope. Okay. We have no closed session?
We do not.
We do not. All right, so at this point, I'd like to make, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you very much for coming tonight.